Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading, going from the 18th through to the 24th, taking us right up to Christmas. You've got your solstice reading coming out as well this week. Just to get the mood of the solstice. It's a very particular solstice this time round, so just to get a particular mood of that. But yeah, for your week here, and then you've got the lives as well. We've got lives. We're going to be doing a live yearly reading as well on the channel for each sign, so you can ask questions as we go. And that will be absolutely brilliant. On your relationship side here, there's a sort of there's a wind of change going on within you under the surface there, I think, more than anything, Scorpio. And it's like you're not suffering fools gladly, I think, and fair play to you. On your financial side, there's a few bits of details that need to be sorted out, and it's all to do with this new cycle that's been coming through you for some time now. There's a lot going on under the surface, Scorpio. A lot going on under the surface there. It seems to this, I say to people, we don't think with our minds. And I think this could be very helpful for you. We think with our bodies. So you've got to allow time for that thinking to happen through your body. So we think with our heart, we think with our stomach, with our ovaries, with our testicles, with our skin, with our livers, kidneys. We think with everything in the body except the mind. Okay? And so when the mind is still, then it can listen to the body. And when it listens to the body, then the mind can, and that's the logical part, which you're very good at. But it's the information that the logic is got in order to make the choice. So eventually, that thought process that goes through your body comes to your mind, and then your monkey mind can then turn around and kind of go, okay, so the heart's saying this, the stomach's saying this, then logically, we should be doing this. And I think this is what is coming through you at the moment this week. You're going to be less flamboyant. May mean like you've got a lot on your plate as well. What with Christmas and everything like that, sorting a lot of things out, seeing how other people are sitting, how family, friends, all of that sort of mixes in there and everything like that. I think is preoccupying you a lot. But there is this calling without stopping. Because I think this calling you've already started on, actually. And I think you're already working on it. On both sides. On this new Scorpio that's really for this new year, you're engaged with it. It doesn't necessarily mean that every single week is going to be absolutely fantastic. There's some weeks where a lot more work we need to do, and other weeks where we can just party all night long. And this week here, it seems to be a lot of underground work. You've got this calling, as I say, that I reckon you're doing, both on your relationship side and on your financial side. But that's not to sort of say that it's smooth sailing. There's a lot of undercurrent that's going on at the moment. On your relationship side, on your karmic message, you get the Wheel of Fortune. And this is tied into that new cycle, that new year, the things you want to do this year. And when obviously once we, within my mind's eye, everything is perfect. But the moment I apply it in the world around me, it's kind of going, oh yeah, I forgot about those pesky humans and the world that is around me that's interrupting my perfect plan. That sort of thing. When that's, once you start applying it in the world, yeah, there is difficulties. And I think this week here is you're encountering your first sort of obstacles on your yearly path, basically. But it is that Wheel of Fortune. You've got to understand that it's the longer term plan. Don't have short term vision here. It's much better to have longer term vision. And then, so in this moment, you can feel what's going on. And once you feel what's going on, there you can sort of turn around and sort of say, okay, that's the direction I need to be going in. And this is what I've got to pay attention to as I go through. The universe here is sort of saying about that sort of message, about that sort of journey that you're supposed to be going on, which is going to start blowing in your favour. Once you get this stuff sorted out that's going on in the undercurrent, the universe is sort of saying here, don't forget about the beautiful moments that brought you to this journey. that happiness from inside you. That moment of kind of going, oh yeah, that's what I should be doing, sort of scenario. That's the sort of feeling you should be allowing coming through from the universe, giving you a lot of coincidences that help you to sort of guard, keep that enthusiasm, or keep that sort of like that eye on the longer term plan. On your past self, how your your guides are advising this karmic path here on the super subconscious level, you get the Eight of Pentacles, sorry. So, and you're getting this from both sides of your guides. You're getting pentacles on both sides. And in fact, you've got pentacles on the outcoming. So I think it's all tied into the physical aspects of relationships. How we connect with other people, in what way, and how they connect with us as well. And I think you've started this journey, as I say. I think you've started this new you, and you've been working on it, and you've been concentrating on the smaller details. For you probably kind of go, yeah, this is what it should be. This should be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, there you go. Right. But in the world, it's a little bit like a jazz drummer, isn't it? It's like a 1, 3, 2, and 4. 1, 3, and it's like kind of, oh, hang on a second, that's not quite the rhythm I picked up. And so it's applying ourselves in the world there. And I think you've been really concentrating on the finer details and doing some really good work where that's concerned. And the thing that's running through you at the moment is now that Four of Pentacles. So that conversation that's coming up into the logical mind is the Four of Pentacles can be accused of holding on to something too tightly. There is that aspect of it. But there is also the other side where this person here is actually being very astute of how it applies themselves within the physical world. So, very wise in how you spend your emotions, how you spend your energy and stuff like that. That's where you're repositioning yourself. And I think it plays a wonder to you. Because when you start doing that, then you're going to notice, the people that are around you kind of going, oh yeah, there's Bob over there, or there's Jane over there. That sort of, I really connect with them and they work really well. They got the same ideas. They want to do the same passions in life. I could really hang with them for a while. That'd be great. It'd be good, honest friends. And that's what comes out of it. So I think this here is actually a really good card for you. I don't think it's a case of just holding on too tightly and closing down, because you've got the Three of Pentacles after that. You're moving into that stage where you're recognizing the good quality work that you have done and the good quality work that the people have done around you. And that's what helps you to be wise about how you spend your emotion, time, and energy into your relationships that are around you. On your financial side, we've got a similar sort of story here, but I think it's much more emotional. First things first, you get the Devil card, so Capricorn card. So, and we're going into Capricorn energy in this week here, this is also concentrating on the detail. This is why it's very similar to your relationship side. I think the two of them are really hand in hand. You're concentrating on the smaller detail and you're really being obstinate about those little details. And that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing, I think. Here to be really concentrating on what you want, where you're going, how you want your life to evolve financially within your job, your business or your project, whatever it is. You're really engaged in it in a very obsessive way. And it's funny, I did the reading on Taurus as well. And I said, watch out for the work-play ethic. And there's a little bit of that going on here as well, where you've got to be very attentive to when you're in the work, be in the work. When you're in your relationships, be in your relationships. Separate the two very well and find a fine-tuned balance, because you risk to be a little bit obsessive about the work side, which may breed sort of disappointment in the world. Not necessarily in you. I don't think that at all. The universe here is bringing you the Five of Pentacles. I think this obsessive side here is going to help you from losing money. Help you from also doing things, and I think this is where the universe is sort of helping you out here. I think the universe is sort of trying to help you out to strengthen your weaknesses. This is what it seems to be. And sometimes it's hard and it hurts. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's hard and it hurts to do it. But I think it's very beneficial for you in the long run. And we'll see that, and we'll see why, when it comes to the end. And the universe here is trying to help you out to strengthen your weaknesses. And being obsessive about things, I think that's when you're going to notice the little things that you're kind of going, that's not my strongest point there. Therefore, I should concentrate on this or concentrate on that. So you can recognize where your weakest points are. Okay? And I wouldn't get... And yeah, there is this 5 of Cups that's running through you as well, but I wouldn't get disappointed with yourself. This is a learning curve. And, this phrase I read the other day on, Facebook or something like that. It was, a master has failed more times than the apprentice has even tried. And this is what, you've got to recognize that. It's only through failure that we really learn. Once we've learned, we get the success, because we start applying what we've learned. And this is, in the financial world, it's very important. In the relationship side, it's a different kettle of fish, different learning process, I think, on the relationship side. So this is it, just being aware of your weaknesses. And in the past, connecting to your future, you have the death and rebirth. This is about that new year. This is also about how you apply your plan in the world around you. There's another phrase that makes me, if you want to see God laugh, show God your plan for the universe. You know what I mean? It's just to sort of say that we try and mitigate for every sort of circumstances, but we're not going to be able to cover everything, because life would be really boring if you could. It would be really boring. And that's where we get the 5 of Cups. And I think this is what's running through you. And I think it's a good thing to recognize the things around you that you could be disappointed in. And it could tie into this 5 of Pentacles, this learning curve about our weaknesses, which, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. And I don't think it's going to kill you here at all. I think it's just going to be kind of going, I could have done that better. Or, oh, damn, those people there could have done that better. As I say, I don't think it necessarily is about you. It's about the situation. And the 4 of Cups that comes out at the end of it is all about distilling those 3 of Cups that are on the ground, if you can see them. Those 3 of Cups that are on the ground, yeah, are those 3 of Cups there? The contemplation upon those 3 cups, how you celebrate your life in this instance in a very physical way, and taking the best out of it and putting it all into this new grail, this new conquest that you are going on in this year. And that's when you're going to be able to sort of like streamline things into a very, very positive aspect for you. Okay, let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers cards. We're going to do a bit of clarification. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel. Really much appreciated, all you Scorpios out there, and any cross watchers as well, obviously. It's absolutely lovely to see you. We're going to, as I say, we're going to be doing a live for the yearly readings. That'll be between the 27th and the 30th of December. One of those dates there. I'm not sure how we're going to do it in the way of qualities, but it will be in those dates there. If you're subscribed and you've clicked that bell, you'll get a notification of when that's all sort of coming out. But yeah, that should be good fun. It should be really enjoyable. Okay, let's make it an enjoyable solstice season. Yeah, everyone's changing all the ideas of what Christmas or winter holidays is all about, and trying to take out, a lot of traditions and stuff like that. Whether those traditions are right or wrong, I'm nobody's judge. But so I've gone on to solstice season. Regardless of whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, you're still in the solstice season. Anyway, yeah. So let's make the solstice season fun. let's get on with the Light Seers card, because I've been waffling on a bit too much, and it's about time we started manifesting your future here with the Nine of Pentacles, which comes in on this card here, which is the Judgment card. This is going down your pathway, and as you go down your pathway, if you stick to the long plan and longer term plan, keeping your eye on the goal, and that's what the overall energy is trying to help you to do. And it's a learning process as you do this, as we go along. You're learning, the universe is helping you to learn a lot from both sides. And here it's sort of saying the moment if you keep your eye on the long-term plan, you're always going to get the rewards that you deserve as you perpetually go along. And it is through communication with oneself. That's what that bird's all about. It's communicating with one's higher self in order to see clearly the work, or the path that you should be following, basically. Yes, Wheel of Fortune, your karmic path on your relationship side. With the concentration, as I say, of the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, of how you're doing this, sort of like concentrating on the smaller details within your relationships and seeing which people are really investing in the relationships and which people that you respect their position, respect their way of being, and that they respect yours, and etc. And it works really well. Those are the people. There's not going to be thousands of them, obviously, but there will be, one or two, maybe even three that come out of the woodwork as if to sort of say yes and yes and yes. Okay, that's what I need. I need to connect with these people and do things with these people in order to get to my year-long plan of exploration for your emotions and your pleasures. And this is what's coming up. It's on your karmic path. Once you concentrate on that longer term plan, that change of fortune within your life, that new you, then eventually what's going to be building out of that, and this is maybe for the following week, this is go from 25th through to the end into the new year. It's going to involve your passions, and I think this is because it's to do with friends. Traditionally, Christmas is for family, and New Year is for friends in a way, and I think this is what the passions you're going to be. If you do this work this week, your passions will come to the surface, and you can play. It could be great fun for you, good fun for you. So we've got the Queen of Wands. I've got to stop putting the cards upside down. Queen of Wands here, and this is what I'm saying. The universe here is trying to help you, to remind you of all the good things, the good sensations that brought you to where you are today. And that's what this Queen of Wands is building up as well, building up those passions, realizing what makes you trigger. So then in the coming future, in the week afterwards, that's how it's going to be sort of produced in your life, by sort of like concentrating on those passions of doing things, being very sociable and everything like that, and allowing the magic of life to happen for you. And that's the reason why you should be, recognizing as well the joyous bits upon the pathway that brought you to where you are today, and that good quality work that you've been doing. I've got cards that are jumping all over the place at the moment, so yeah, I've got to be. Anyway, Eight of Pentacles. You get the Moon. You. This is totally you. I think this good quality work that you've been doing, concentrating on the finer details, is all within you, and it's within your capacity. You're bringing forth a lot more things that you never thought may existed in you, in regards to how you connect with other people in relationships. And you seem to be bringing to the surface the true you through doing this sort of little work of noticing the little things around you within the relationships and investing in those little things and seeing the other people investing in those little things. And I think it's bringing you into a much more harmonious place. I think that's where you're coming from. With the Four of Pentacles, you've got the Knight of Swords. Yes, there is a mission here, and I think this mission is down to your passions, which we saw in the Wands, the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Here is sort of like investing in the missions that is stimulating for you. Mentally stimulating, sort of intellectually stimulating, sort of victorious of actually doing things and getting things done and completed and stuff like that. I think that's where you should be investing your time. You're investing your time in that sort of connections that you have with other people as they come out of the woodwork because of the good quality work that you've done and that they've done, and that you find this moment in harmony with them. With the Three of Pentacles, noticing the people who got around you who do the good quality work and what have you, it's going to be some difficult choices. I think you're also going to see people in a different way. And there's some people here that you may surprise you, actually. And it's going to make for a difficult situation or a difficult choice to make. Because if someone came to the surface that before you kind of thought, I don't really like that person, and then all of a sudden they come out the woodwork and they start sort of like connecting, and so that moment there you kind of go, oh God, it's a difficult choice that. I didn't think I liked that person, and they don't really fit with that other person in my friends, and there's a little bit of that choice going on there. I think it's a nice choice because you're choosing you're choosing something that is harmonious in the way of a connection, and it may not be what you thought it was going to be, or it may not fit like you thought it was going to fit. I think there's a few surprises here, nice surprises, but it's going to fly a little bit contradictory to sort of kind of going, oh, I didn't think like that about that person. Wow, you know what I mean? And it could be becomes an amazingly good friend that you never saw. But it is going to demand a sort of direction, to take a direction. If you really want to follow that plan through, I think there's a decision to be made. They all want to come up upside down, hey up. With the Devil, you get the 8 of Swords. I think this concentrating on the fine detail, yes, I think you're going to feel a little bit trapped, and maybe that plays into that disappointment as well. But it's also going to help you focus by not moving. Focus really clearly on your weaknesses, so then you do not get yourself in a situation in the coming future which really makes you feel blocked in. I think this is a week of stopping and letting the dust settle and seeing the situation for what it really is. Yeah, if you concentrate on your weaknesses, not concentrate on them, but if you recognize, that's the important part. Recognizing your weaknesses, learning from your weaknesses, and that's what that card's all about. That card there is he's got all those books in the background. The King of Pentacles has done huge amounts of work and knowledge and understanding of why and when and how things go together and how things work. And that's what makes that card there the King. And it's very physical in a way. And but it also at the same time, because that good quality work done, it's without the will of the people, the king is not a king anymore. It's a tyrant. And this is not a tyrant. These kings are not really tyrants in any way. This here is abundance for multitudes of people. And that's why we've got the wolf, the whole sort of family pack. The way wolves look after each other throughout every stage of the life of a wolf is amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of lessons we would learn from nature. And I think this is it. If, concentrating on those weaker things is going to really bring the best out of you. With this new cycle, this new year, and all your job, your business and your projects, everything that you're doing in the physical world, in the material world, it's working. This new cycle here is one of the bases of it seems to be sort of kind of going, I'm going to make sure it works for me. And I think that's what that lesson is all about. It's learning those your weaknesses so you can really be a lot stronger. And when you're a lot stronger, then you can then make sure you are okay. So I equate it to this. Let's say like you start up a snack van, down at the beach or something. Why not? If you're going to do it anywhere, do it down at the beach. I would. So you've got this snack van, but at the beginning, you're going to be doing everything. You're going to be doing the washing up, you're going to be doing the ordering, you're going to be doing the cooking, you're going to be doing the accounting, you're going to be taking the orders, serving, everything like that. You're going to be doing everything. And when it starts working for you, then you can employ someone to do some of those things that you don't want to do, so you can take your business a little bit further or make your life a lot better. And I think that's what the decision or how to address your career path or your business or your job, that seems to be a value that you really need to, there's a little bit of work that needs to be done on that. We're going from the 5 to the 6 of Pentacles. And here we're going from the 5 of Cups to the 4 of Cups. And so don't be, you're not going to get it right every single time, first time round. I hope you get it right the majority of times, because that means you've learned everything. When you get it right, you've learned it. There's no lesson to learn. You're getting success. So, I hope that's that. But, it's recognizing that, not focusing on the disappointment, but just recognizing it and saying, oh yeah, that's pretty disappointing. How can I do that differently? How can at least I have an influence on that situation so it turns out differently? You may not have a complete control over the situation, but you have an influence. And it's how you apply yourself. So what's this 5 of Cups all about? I thought there was 2 cards with that. There's not. There's only one. And it's the Hermit. It's that inner understanding of yourself. Knowing your shortcomings. This is what the Hermit learns. This is brilliant. This is what that lesson's all about. The Hermit learns when he goes up the mountain. You can see all this stairway that goes round and round the mountain. And obviously at some point he's on the dark side, or that person there is on the dark side of the mountain. There's no sun. And that's your shadow self. And that's what you should have learned. That's what you should be applying in life, so that disappointment becomes just a moment of kind of going, oh, look, I'm not going to go that way because I remember that pathway there, you end up falling off a cliff. So I'm going to avoid that disappointment because I know myself. And because I know my weaknesses, I can strengthen my weaknesses, and then it makes my strengths even stronger. And that's what you're distilling in that 4 of Cups. You're taking a disappointment. You've got this capacity here to take a disappointment and taking that disappointment and turning it into a holy grail for you. Your own personal grail, basically. 4 of Cups. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shining. That's what that's all about. That's what's in that cup, man. That's what's in that cup. All together now, let the sun shine. I'm off. Happiness. That's what you're distilling all of this. So then you can, you can replace those 3 of Cups this is it. It's following those 2 of Cups there. Wow, my cards are all over the place. Those 2 of Cups there. And knowing thyself. That's what that journey's all about. Scorpio, love you dearly. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Absolutely beautiful week. Really, really lovely, lovely work going on there. And, if you're not proud of yourself, I'm proud of you for doing it, because not everybody can confront life like this and go that deep. And, you seem, it's a very honourable, it seems very, very honourable to me anyway, if you make this approach like that. Very beautiful. I will see you for the lives, maybe for the yearly reading, and you can ask questions on the cards and the petals we pull. You've got to be subscribed for that, so don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. There's loads of links in the description below. If you want a personal reading with myself, you can book that up as well through links in the description below. You can also buy me a cup of coffee, which would be absolutely beautiful, and there's so many people who do, and I thank you with all my heart for that. And you can show your support in many different sort of ways. Most of all, more than anything else, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.